strategy, and we have 4 pillars of the strategy, and we are here to show you on each pillar that we have made progress and certain things on executing. The first pillar is the integrated IP network. It's the network which is improving so fast. The second pillar is the excellent services and the service propositions which we are offering. I'm not talking about that one today here, because that is something we'll talk about tonight on our big party. The third one is the partnership model. We talk about the partnerships in our business area of today. And the last one is lead in business, and which we show new solutions for our business customers here in Barcelona. Now, the network, and I still remember that, was a 2G network with one product at one point in time. Then it became data on top of it. And now we see wherever you go that this network is delivering so many new service propositions. You have very low range infrastructure. You have real-time infrastructure. You have all the data throughput which is coming to the services. So we have a huge variety what this network which we are building has to deliver in the upcoming futures. Take self-steered cars, safety autonomous driving. If you do autonomous driving, you need networks which are not only fast, they should work in real time. And what we are showing here is just one example. We have a network live which is operating in 1 millisecond latency. So an unbelievable, improvement of the quality of the network. Or just think about that, say people are communicating and want to have data access everywhere. They want to have it on the move, they want to have it at home, they want to have it in the car, but they even want to have it in the air. So we are the European telco who is just starting to build the aviation network, which we show here. We have a partnership with Inmarsat that we have now an LTE bandwidth speed as well in all the airplanes which are crossing Europe in the upcoming future. 22,000 flights a day across Europe, should get connected to the internet. And these are just only 2 examples about the variety of what's happening in our infrastructure, what's happening in this new world of data connectivity. Another example, and I'm very, very enthusiastic about that one, is this small piece. It is, and some of you might remember Enterprise, a Star Trek, which was, a movie which was very famous, at least in my youth. And there was always Pillar. It was the doctor who was always analyzing everything with a so-called tricorder. And remember that one? He was always putting something to the tricorder and analyzing what was it around. This is the live tricorder. It's existing now. It is analyzing every material, being it food, being it drinks, being it metals, whatever you think about, analyzing it, using the mobile connectivity, bringing it to the cloud analyzes what the nanospectrometer is analyzing and telling the customers how many calories it has, what the metal grade is and what so forth. We are presenting this partner Skio here on our booth, so you could just see that a lot of, let's say, science fiction is becoming reality these days. There's one thing which is clear. Without networks, all this new world will not work. It will not take place. It will not be able to. And therefore we see the responsibility of Deutsche Telekom, to build these networks. And in the past we had always talked about data throughput, and we had talked about coverage. Now we have to talk about a third dimension, which is becoming very, very, this is latency. I think we cannot underestimate the latency. If you're talking about virtual reality with a latency of 20 milliseconds, I could tell you this is going to be a problem for all the use cases which you see. because what you see and what you do is not, fitting together. So the latency is something which is getting more and more relevant for us as a telco operator to work on. We have increased in 2014 our capex by 20%. And in 2015 we have increased our capex by another 15%. We are investing 12 billion euros, only Deutsche Telekom alone. If you take Germany, we have invested 4.1 billion on an annual level into infrastructure, mainly into fiber, but as well into the LTE and the LTE bandwidth. So we are now enabling all the devices which are coming out to network. We expect until 2020 that we have 50 billion devices which are connected to our infrastructure. There's a new study coming to 2036. There's going to be 100 trillion sensors and actors will be activated in the infrastructures of the telecom operators. So that is why we are here at Barcelona, and we want to show you that Deutsche Telekom is at the edge of this development. We are showing a real case of 1 millisecond latency. We are holding the world record on mobile data throughput with 5G with 70 gigabit on the mobile 5G infrastructure already today. We have the air-to-ground network which we are presenting here today, and we want to show that for us it's a responsibility to build these infrastructures over the next century in a very efficient way, which is the pan-European IP network which we are building across our links. On top of that, we have something to tell you about new devices. You've heard about, let's say, that all the devices are very much similar looking, but there are new innovations coming, and I just want to stress the watch which I have here on my wrist here. I think this is a very cool device, but it's as well a very new operating system which we bring into the market in our Deutsche Telekom areas. And it's something really cool with the new operating systems, but more on this one later on today. So for us, digitalization is network. Digitalization is the duty and the responsibility to make the society and enable the society for the wealth of the future. For me, digitalization is the biggest gift which we have ever entered in our business life. And there are a lot of people, there are a lot of humans who are very concerned about the impact of digitalization. And honestly, with all, let's say, this technical enthusiasm which we have here in Barcelona, we should not forget that people are sometimes concerned about the impact of the digitalization. What does digitalization mean to my workplace? What does digitalization mean to the way how I'm living in the future? How is the impact of the digitalization on a global, by the way, digitalization, to local politician legacies, to the legislation of countries? And therefore, digitalization is affecting every part of our life. But we have the duty as well, apart from all this technical enthusiasm, to even address this aspect of that one. And that is why we have started a big debate with the nerds, with the ones who are the criticisms, which are the ones who are deeply involved or less involved. Hashtag digital duty is the way how Deutsche Telekom is not only taking the technical part, but as well the social part of this debate. And please follow us on that one.